Hey, it's me, GV, and welcome to a guide on how to complete the Judgement Providence Trial as Commando. We're going to jump right into it here. I start with the hit list because I feel like the hit list is slept on. You get permanent damage over time, and if you're able to get to the Guardian Heart in the next item set, really the hit list is pretty good because it carries you into the end game. The Commando is really hard to complete this on. Like, my god. This took a long time for me to get good at. Just because, you know, Risk of Rain, man. You make one mistake and you're just dead. So I wish you the best of luck here. We're going to talk about my item choices. Other than that, it's basically just, you know, learning the character and trying not to die because this game is so freaking hard. So let's see what I take here. I'm going to grab one heal, and I'm going to grab the alien head to reduce the cooldowns, because cooldowns are really good on the Commando cooldown reduction. Gasoline to add some DPS. Here I'm trying to think what I want. I go for the energy cell. You can really go for whatever you want there, honestly. The boxing glove will help, but you can get a boxing glove later. And then Guardian Heart is absolutely needed in pretty much every Judgment trial, just because it's so good. So for our next slew of items, I grab a heal there. I'm going to grab the extra magazine because having two LTs on your Commando is really good. I'm going to go crit as well. Always go for the unstable watch. And I prefer to take golden gun. People have said the other two items there are better, but I don't like chances of things. I prefer the sure thing, and the golden gun is going to add to your damage because you're not using your money for pretty much anything else. So here I'm going to grab attack speed, the soldier syringe. Attack speed is really good on the Commando, obviously. I'm also going to grab Lensmaker's glasses for crit. And then I always go for, usually, depending on the character, Ifrit's horn, just for the extra DPS, and the ukulele. Basically as much on-hit stuff as we can get for the Commando. And I would say for this stage, really keep an eye out for those greater wisps, the green, wisp dudes. Those guys can end your run. They're really, 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 really annoying, so be careful of those guys on this stage. Moving on, we are going to grab, I believe, attack speed here. I always go attack speed first on Commando, just because, again, those on-hit stuff. I go for the missile launcher. I go for the predatory instincts, because you'll always trigger it, basically, for more attack speed, and another ukulele. Just, again, attack speed, crit, and on-hit effects all are great for the Commando. You'll be dealing out a lot of damage. This is probably the easiest stage. You just have to watch out for Ifrit's big attacks, but then outside of that, the Commando's really good at this stage because he can hit pretty much every, side of the map, both sides of the map, I should say. So next up, I believe I go for Permafrost here, or do I go for the armor? Just depends on what you really want, what you're more comfortable with. I choose to go for the more offensive Permafrost Spike Strip because it's the only thing that matters out of those three on any level. Soldier's Syringe for more attack speed, and another Guardian's Heart for even more shield, which regenerates, obviously huge. Next up, we are going to go for, I believe, the Crowbar here, just to deal extra damage to high health enemies. Then we're going to grab another Predatory Instincts. You can also get the Golden Gun if you wish. Sticky Bomb, easy choice. And then I always go for Stun. I'm not sure if the other two are better. I haven't really messed with too much of that, to be honest. I'm going to use the Unstable Watch here to immediately kill the Cremator, like from the get-go. Deals much damage before he starts to do an attack, and then use the Watch to try to DPS him down just to get the boss out of the way. This is a particularly easy stage. Next up, we're going to grab the Brilliant Behemoth to make all of our attacks explode really good on the Commando, obviously. Then I believe I grab the armor here just to give me some invincibility for the next stage, which is horrendous. I grab the Ukulele, and I grab the Guardian's Heart again, Ukulele being really good on the Commando, Guardian's Heart being good on everybody, typically. And then, if this is the stage I'm thinking of, okay, this is not, yeah, this stage is particularly tricky because you got to get rid of the Toxic Beast as quickly as possible, but you also want to save your stopwatch, ideally, for later. I use it early here, however, I probably would want to save it for later just because this is a stage where there's a lot going on. I'm also using these little stumps here so that I don't get hit as much, at least, because you won't get hit by the pig if you're on one of these stumps, but things start to get hairy here. Now we are going to take a Hopu Feather for the double jump. Double jumps are really good in Risk of Rain 2, or Risk of Rain Returns if you haven't figured that out yet. We're going to grab the Harvester Sight so that we heal on crit. That is huge. Very easy choice there. Next up, we're going to grab the Boxing Glove because I don't have one, and then we're going to grab another Soldier's Syringe so that we're basically constantly attacking. Now, this particular stage was awful. This is the one that killed so many of my runs, mainly due to these guys, these robots. They deal so much damage. So basically what I did was I stuck to the top left, and then I didn't activate the one to the top right. So I basically kill this one, and then I try to kill the one in the middle, making sure to never activate the top right robot, because if you have like 3 robots firing those blasts at you, you can just die without even seeing it because it deals so much damage. So yeah, just make sure to stick to the left side on this one because yeah, you do not want to activate all the robots. That will make your life a living hell. And then finally, we come to Providence. Honestly, I did not deal as much damage as I thought I would be dealing against Providence. It made the... Well, because with the Commando, you have to actually land your hits, you know, unlike the Huntress where you can move around and be doing other stuff. So yeah, first phase was relatively easy. You can see my hit list is maxed out, which obviously helps with damage. Second phase was also easy, but the third phase gets a little hairy, and the final phase gets a little hairy. And yeah, luckily I was able to clinch it, but man, Commando's just tough, because you obviously have to land those on hits. You have to, you know, you'll die in an instant. You have to really use your LB to, you know, dodge very well. Yeah, Risk of Rain, you know, is just really hard. So I wish you the best of luck. Hope this guide helped. Please support the video, the channel, the series. You can do so by leaving comments and likes. Also check out the Patreon if you'd like access to all 7 of my channels. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.